What's up, guys? Next day here, man. We are back, and it's time to freaking get this Infinity all cleaned up, guys. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here, and we're about to get this thing cleaned up, man. So let's just grab a couple cleaning utensils out of the Mero and hop in this joint in. Alrighty, guys. First real drive here. We're definitely gonna need a wheel alignment. This thing is like not straight at all. I remember I was telling you guys that before it was kind of like maneuvering to the right on its own. Maybe it's just the wheel alignment that has got this thing kind of sketch right now. But I mean, it does feel better with the new axle on there. However, I feel like that lower control arm is still possibly going to need fixing. It's really not bad. It's not too noticeable. Cause like even when I turn and go over like bumps and stuff, it doesn't really feel like it's jerking like it used to be. I mean, so we're pretty good there. But however, the wheel alignment is off a little bit, so we might have to get that changed before we sell it. Hopefully we can still make some profit without putting too much money into this thing. When I bought this car, I didn't notice all these issues and stuff were wrong with it, or else I definitely wouldn't have got it. But you know, sometimes you got to take a gamble, and it is what it is. You end up sometimes with a better hand, sometimes you end up with the not so good hand, and you got to make something out of it. So that's basically where we're at on this car right here, just making something out of nothing, because we started off, it was already bad when we started off. So the only way I see is that we're going up from here, guys. And I don't know why the check engine light came on. We'd have to check that out. I don't have my scanner on me, but hopefully it's nothing too nothing major, hopefully, man. So hopefully we can get to the car wash and with no problems, no overheating or nothing, and then we should be good from there. We already put 22 miles on the car. However, the last like 12 miles it was like pure driving, like regular, without a baby in it. So I mean, it's been doing pretty good. However, I might want to take it on the freeway or something just to see where we're at. And if you guys hear all that little rattling stuff, that's definitely from that control arm, that bushing, not soaking up most of that vibration. So we're hearing it in the car, which is not too bad. You can honestly turn on the radio and you wouldn't even notice it. You guys remember when it jerked the first couple times when we were driving it in the very first video? It actually feels like it's kind of still doing that. Like, it's kind of feeling like it's still jerking to the right when it wants to. Not nearly as bad as it was, but it definitely is jerking to the right a little bit, while the steering wheel is straight. I don't know if that has anything to do with the alignment or anything. Let me know in the comments below what you think that problem actually is. I'm really not into putting too much more money into this thing, guys. I mean, I only got it for 325 bucks. I'm not trying to put $1,500 in it to sell it. Like, I'm really not trying to do that. So honestly, for the most part, I think it's in fairly great condition. Like, it's a good running car. It's decent. It'll literally get you from point A to point B. We got 164,000 miles on the dash, which is not too bad. I'm sure for this year it's pretty low. But yeah, guys, like, I thought that would have just did the fix or whatever, but it's still kind of doing the same thing. As like I said, not nearly as bad, but it is still kind of doing the same thing. Although you may be able to let that thing slide, because it's not as bad as it was at all. So I mean, it's still drivable. It's still fully controllable and all that. It's just, you know, you do feel it. So let me know in the comments below what you think that actually is. I don't think I think that's more than a lower control arm problem. So the good news is we made it to the car wash. Now let's see how this thing cleans up, guy. Alrighty, guys, the first wash. Let's hope we don't get soaked by most of these windows that don't even roll down. I don't know, this car is like, it's got a lot of minor electrical problems. So now I learned not to really just jump on stuff because of the price. Alrighty, guys, we finally knocked most of that dirt off. We're kind of in the shade right here. We'll definitely get you a better view. Got to get that license plate back on. But if you guys just take a first little quick glance at it, man, it looks really good. The wheels are finally like a light gray and finally clean. So yeah, man, let's get this thing wiped down and really clean and go from there. You guys know it's time to use my Old Faithful and get this thing shined up. Let's see. Alrighty, so now that we got the outside pretty much wiped down, we're just gonna use some of this Meguiar's hot foam shine, hot shine foam rather, for this inside here and get this thing all cleaned up and looking really good, guys. Alrighty, guys, we got this thing all cleaned up. We got the tires armor-alled and shined up. This thing is looking a lot better here. We got some gloss here, so you know, cars always like car wash. They feel like I feel like they treat you better when they're clean. But it does look fairly good, guys. Looks really clean. Time to get out of here. I'll give you a better shot here in a sec, but if we just look at the inside minus all the cleaning stuff, like if we just look at the inside, like the inside looks really good, really clean. We'll get those dash lights cut off here soon, but it does look really good in here compared to how it just was. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I mean, you guys see the back carpet, it looks really good in here. So as we get this thing just up to about 60 miles an hour, it's still running smooth, no overheating or anything. Car looks and feels really great. The wheel alignment is kind of a throw off for this situation, but I mean, compared to what it was, guys, this thing is a lot better now. I can tell you that for sure. Alrighty, we kind of got a better view here now. Just take a quick walk around with me. Guys, see, this thing is cleaned up, looks really great. Honestly, does drive really good. I think that lower control arm really may be the only thing left. However, it does run good for what it is and how much we bought it for. I think it'll sell just as it is for a decent amount. Alrighty, guys, now that we're back at the house, we can check that service engine light and see why that's on. So we'll see P0011. We'll actually see why that's, what is that, and then we'll actually erase it for now. Alright, boom, so we got that erased. Now we'll just cut off the car and then probably get this battery reset so we can get that airbag light. Meanwhile, I'm back in the Camaro, man. I was eating In-N-Out burger and all that last night while I was driving. I gotta freaking clean this thing up. It's so dirty. We've been taking this thing on the road, man. So let's get this Camaro fixed up and then we'll get back to the Infiniti. Alrighty, guys, back in the Infiniti, and we are on our way to TJ's batteries. We got to get a new battery for this thing. The one that we have in here is definitely not the right battery, and it's too big for this car. So we're gonna go get the right battery and then get this engine bay set up and clean, and then we should be pretty much done with this car for now, hopefully. Alrighty, guys, just made it to TJ's batteries and we're about to get this huge big battery switched out so we can get this engine bay cleaned up a little bit, get this thing looking a little bit better. Okay, so we got that battery switched out. Our check engine light just came back on. So I'm just gonna clear the code. I'm not even gonna get too more into the car, honestly. It's just not about to be my money pit. I'd rather freaking make what I can out of it and leave the rest for somebody else. There's really not a lot to do. All you really got to do is get this alignment. Maybe really that lower control arm, that may be the biggest thing to get this thing running really smooth. Like, not to mention, guys, it does run really good and it does run really smooth right now. However, as you see, the steering wheel is a little is a little whacked, a little to the left a little bit, and it does pull like to the right, like slightly. When I say slightly, like ever so slightly, you wouldn't even realize it pulled if you wasn't paying attention. But it does pull to the right just a little bit. But other than that, guys, I'm really surprised. This thing runs really good, really smooth, it's really clean. So it's just like, once you get that one little lower control arm back on there, I think in a wheel alignment, I think you shouldn't have like little to like absolutely no problems at all with this car. So alrighty guys, we finally made it back home. We got to get that license plate bolted up, but man, if you just take a quick walk around this thing, it looks really, really good. I have a feeling it's gonna be maybe not the easiest sale we had, but it is gonna be a pretty fairly sale. I got some hope for that at least. I don't know, what do you guys think we should post this thing up for sale for as it is right now? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are a subscriber already, don't hesitate to share the video. Let me get on your community post. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah guys, that's gonna be a wrap, so peace.